Welcome back to
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
the
the Trauma.
trauma.
So, today's episode we're going to talk about is like after Rich left. Mommy and Rich actually separated. Angel, can you share a little bit of what happened?
After mommy and Rich separated, you guys were already in your new life. You left me behind. I just want to point that out to you. Um, we basically left the house. I feel like we got kicked out.
We didn't get kicked out. Mommy moved out.
You don't say we because you weren't not there. I love you, but you were living your life with your baby.
No, I think I
girl.
was still across the street.
No.
No, you were living your life with your baby.
I was still
girl.
pregnant.
Okay, whatever. You're about to have your baby, but
Tracy, but wait. Tracy, you moved in though.
Not right away. I was still across
No,
the
but
street.
she's talking about when they actually when they moved.
it was actually right after Christmas.
It's like in
was actually my
January.
fault. I think it was right after my birthday, before Christmas, is when we moved out of there.
Wait, was it in between?
I don't remember. I know it was quick. I'm pretty sure it was like December we moved.
So wait a minute. My baby shower was November.
Yes, it was like right after that.
Yeah, we moved out of the house.
So you guys were there for a while after he left.
No,
He's still there too.
he was still there. No, but what I'm saying, the breakup happened in early December, though, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, right after the
So-
shower.
That's crazy because then if that happened, why wasn't he wasn't at my baby shower?
Trey,
They were not together then.
So when did
Things
they
were happening, and nobody told me anything because I wasn't.
we
supposed
might
to
have
know
thought that he was at work or something like that.
But
Mommy,
supposedly he was already back with his ex, already seen her. He already made up his mind that he was going to be with her. He broke up with mommy.
and mommy didn't tell mommy didn't say nothing to any of us?
I don't know. I just remember. I think it was it was like between my birthday and Christmas.
Wait,
we moved out. We were moving
but
to where
She was
the-
really
the
no,
no. She was really upset when all of it went down.
no,
So
no, no,
there's
no, no,
way
wait.
she knew about
Let me
it.
just back up for a second. Let's just back up. So we
I,
have
I think she knew about it before we moved. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I'm saying
wait.
there's no. Okay, real quick,
So
Brandon.
you know what?
Hold
How
on.
about we just do a recut of this?
No.
no. I think
No,
this is great.
because when all of it was going on and they were moving these things out of the house and the money, and I was like, no, put it
Yeah,
back,
no,
put
we
it
already
back.
talked about
Yeah,
that.
that part. She was really upset. She's like, he's leaving. I need to get the stuff out of the house. I have to get the stuff out of the house. Where am I going to go? And then we moved them down to
So can I?
Park Avenue.
But can
She made it seem like he just got up and left.
Okay, so let's just backstory for a quick second. So the only person that lived in the house on Leicester Street was Angel.
Yes.
No one else lived there.
So where were you sleeping at that time?
On the couch still.
Or where was our other sister at?
So this is the thing. So she was kicked out of the house.
Okay.
Angel was the only person that was still at the house. And our sister and our brother moved into Carmen's duplex on the bottom floor.
Okay.
So they already had a place on the bottom floor. And then after, mommy was like, hey, I need a place to live. And you don't
But I
remember that?
thought our cousins lived there.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
did.
The fucked up part was our cousins were living with our siblings, and I remember moving.
So
in.
they moved in with our siblings,
Yeah.
the cousins.
Yeah, but then I remember moving in that day, and they were gone that day, and they came in, and they were like, "What the fuck is going on?" They packed their shit and left that day, and I felt so like, of course, the abandonment issues. Like, I just felt like, oh my gosh, what did I do to them? And it wasn't. It had nothing to do with me. It was just. The
It was just
situation I was
because-
put in again.
Because our two siblings lived there and they gave the okay.
But our family had no boundaries, so.
Yeah.
So anyway, after that, I remember.
But hold on. My
Oh, I need
my
to move
question
on.
wasn't answered. So that day, mommy act like she just found out that day that he was leaving.
No,
No.
she probably knew for a while. I think she and later on, I think
Maybe she just thought he wasn't going to leave,
Probably.
that he was just saying that.
yeah, probably.
Okay.
I think, from my understanding, like November is when he decided to go back to his ex, and then it took him a while to actually. He never left that house.
Mm-mm.
He was there even after we moved out. He was still there because I would go over there and visit. But anyway, after we moved into the duplex, mommy has a new boyfriend. Like, I'm like, where the fuck you meet this guy? And it was our neighbors, the neighbors I could not stand, their uncle.
But that's who he lived with before.
Okay, we're not going to that dysfunction over there. Okay, we're talking about mommy
Mhm.
and her new husband. and
Tracy,
that
I know.
family.
Tracy, it's a whole mess.
We're not going to go and say, oh, Rich dated that lady before, but he dated mommy. Yes, but that's
Oh, I didn't know that. So now you're telling me
Yes,
something.
Yes.
yeah, he had a relationship with that lady before he even met mommy. Okay. So mommy starts dating this family's uncle, brother, like it was the lady's brother, but he had nieces. The nieces lived on that street. I fucking could not stand them. And then to find out, hey, they're gonna be your family because now I'm getting married.
And it was like,
8 weeks later, mommy's getting married. And I'm like, I'm 14 years old. Did I have a say? No. So she jumped from one relationship to the next. So this is when we sit at this table and you're like, it's all rich, it's rich or rich. No, it's our mom because she continued to put me through trauma after you guys had the opportunity to leave.
Mhm.
It wasn't your opportunity to leave. You were pushed out, thrown out, kicked out, but you were in a better position than I was. I'm gonna be blunt.
can I,
Your
so you
house-
think,
But no, your house was my freedom. After you guys got with Richie and Carmen, your house became my freedom. I was always at your house. When you both were pregnant, I was at your house. Even
Mhm.
before you had your kids, I was at your house every weekend. I would walk from my middle school down to your house because that's where,
you felt safe?
yeah, you guys were my safety. We're not limited with mommy because then it was, I mean, Fred and I made peace later on, but like mommy's not been married to him a few months and he smacks me in my face because I'm talking back to him. And then our other sister got involved and started fighting him because he hit me and mommy's too busy in the kitchen, has two fucks, which just happened in the living room.
Well,
So
that's,
my trauma, that's like a little bit of my stuff.
yeah, but also,
Continuing after Rich.
Okay.
Rich never hit me, but
Oh.
the other man hit me.
Okay. Well, Rich hit us.
Okay, but Rich never hit me. The other man hit me. I witnessed your abuse. You guys didn't get to witness me getting smacked.
True.
And later on, he did try that again before when I was a little older. I fucking hit him right back
hmm
because you're not going to hit me because I'm not going to allow anybody to hit me.
but I don't know.
I don't
Right.
even think mommy ever fucking laid a hit. Maybe when I was little, she might have hit me. But as a teenager, she never hit me. But my abuse continued. I would come home every single day, clean the fucking house because there was pee and poop on the floor.
From
I remember
dogs.
opening the front door
dogs.
with my friend. Dog shit is right on the floor. My stepdad was at the house at the time, probably sleeping in the back room. I think mommy was working. Our sister was in the house at that time because she moved back in with us. She was never there, but she was there. Oh no, she never moved out. My fault. We moved in with her. Nobody cleaned the house. They would come and go. I would come home every day and clean the house because I was so embarrassed by the pee and poop that were on the floor
From the animals.
from the animals. And that was my life for years. And other shit happened to me. That could be a whole
But can I just
mini
say,
podcast.
but
I'm more talking about the trauma that mommy put me through.
but I can definitely say that I think that Carmen, like when you guys moved into Carmen's like triplex,
Yeah.
duplex, whatever you want to call it, I think Carmen's like, hey, you can only have like 4 or 5 dogs. Like that's your max. Because they were small dogs. They
Yeah,
were
they're
poodles.
poodles.
They
We
they
only
weren't
had
really
3.
big.
We only
Yeah.
had 3 of them.
So they're
They were not used to going to the bathroom
outside
outside.
because they're exactly.
Even though we had a yard on Lusher
Mhm.
Street. The one was from the basement, Snuggles, who eventually became my dog
Mhm.
later on. We did get rid of her, but an older couple brought her back and they beat her. I could tell they beat her because the way she was acting, and me and her bonded right after that. She had babies and I bonded with her.
Mm.
And then ever since that day, it was like me, Angel, and Snuggles. Like I would come to your house with my dog.
Yeah.
But like there's so much, I mean, that's just the piece of the trauma, the start in piece. I was 14 years old and I didn't get away from it. And I think that could be why I became the mom I am to my kids, where it's like, you guys don't have to clean. Don't worry, I'll clean the house. I want you to guys have a childhood, a life. Oh, I'm gonna cook dinner for you because nobody was cooking dinner for me. I was left alone a lot on my own, cooking my own dinner. If I had fucking food in the fridge to cook my dinner, I was doing my laundry. Like, it's not a bad thing to do that, but I raised myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you two were like the only ones that really were there to support me. Like, your home was the home that I felt the safest in and I felt more loved in when I would go to your house.
But I think, you know what, you made a good point the last, like one of our other episodes when you're talking about like, your kids, like, hey, this is the parent that like m- my one child sees, like, different ages and stuff like that. Now that I think back, like in our
Mhm.
positions, we had each other when we were in that environment and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Angel was left behind,
Yeah.
still in that environment with,
And those that
Well,
teen
yeah.
okay, now people probably wonder what we're talking about. So, like, when I was going through my divorce,
Hmm.
whatever age I was, my daughter was seeing that mom.
Hmm.
When now that my son got older, at that same age that my daughter saw, I'm a completely different person.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they got a
Two
different
different
mom,
versions.
a different version of me at that age that
Mhm.
they were going through.
Yeah.
And I'm still not a perfect mom. Like, if I fuck up, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry I did that. I've always told my kids, if there's something I did to you, or if you think whatever, come talk to me
Mhm. Yeah.
because I'm going to own my shit and I'm going
Yeah.
to apologize for my shit.
Yeah.
That's something we never had.
Yeah.
Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Like
See, I wish I was at
argue-
that
yeah.
level when my kids were that age.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because I grew up with my kids. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? I wasn't. Wasn't until older when I was like, and it was brought to my attention. I'm like, wow,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
But you know how great that is that you see that though, Tracy?
Yeah.
How great.
It took me like after my divorce going through where I'm like, listen, because going through my divorce, I
Mhm.
am just surviving. I'm still surviving, but like that hurt, that pain,
Yeah.
still trying to take care of my
Mhm.
kids. My son has a heartbreak right now, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I love you, but you know what? I went through a divorce, but I still had to be your mom. I still had responsibilities. I still had to be present for you and be there
Mhm.
for you. It hurt like hell, but I still was there for my kids. I was present for them.
Mhm.
And then like late, like, going through healing, I'm like, hey, if I did something to hurt you, come tell me right away because
Yeah.
I wanna fix it
Yeah.
so I could be a better mom
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. But yeah, I get what you're saying completely. It's so weird because you're right. Like each of my kids, different.
They had
Asia
different.
had a different version of me than the girls did,
Mhm.
and it's crazy. It's really crazy.
And I think that's probably going to be one of our other podcasts
Mhm.
that we're going to have. Like,
I mean, when I love Mel Robbins, and that's where I saw that part, like, person she had on there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't think of it that way."
Mhm.
Where, like, your kids are getting a different
Version.
Yeah.
version of you at a different
Yeah.
age. Like,
Mhm.
they're all experience a different
Mhm.
part of you
Yeah.
because of what you're going through at that time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, wow."
No, I
Now I
definitely.
feel a little more healthier for, my son than I was, at my son's age than I was at my daughter's age. I was still going through the pain and hurt.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, "Now, like, I wish I could go back and be even better parent to my kids."
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
but
Of
Angel,
course.
I think the difference with you and Tracy is that you guys didn't abuse your kids. I think
Yeah.
No.
that's the thing that you guys have to like, at the end of the night, like you guys didn't abuse your
Well, this
kids.
is what my daughter always brings up. I remember when we were little and you threw a frying pan at dad's office door, and she was 6.
Mhm.
My son was 2.
Oh my God.
And now that they're older, I'm like, listen, I'm sorry you had to see that, but that was a moment that I found out your dad was cheating on me. I'm sorry you had to see that part. Like,
Yeah, but
I'm trying to
Angel,
justify that.
No, I
My
don't-
girls, my
no,
girls left when I threw
Tracy.
a pineapple at the door.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
like,
Tracy-
but then, like, I'm like, listen, I'm sorry you had to see
Angel,
that part.
Angel, you're not justifying that. You're apologizing and you're saying, "Hey, I'm owning what I did."
Yeah,
That's totally different.
I know.
And my girls sit there and they think it's the funniest thing that I threw a pineapple at the baby daddy.
Yeah.
They laugh about it. They're like,
Girl,
you should have hit
listen.
him with it. Like, and I'm like, I'm mortified that I did it. And they're like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like,
Or she'll like, I remember this, and I'm like, I'm sorry. That was another moment that I found out your
Yes.
dad was cheating on me. I'm sorry that I
Yeah.
have.
But
Like,
Angel,
I'm sorry you saw that.
Yeah.
but you're owning.
But also, I will say back then, I was in the dysfunction, the chaos. I'm
Mhm.
not healed that I
Mhm.
was back then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was recreating that chaos.
Yeah.
So, like, in a way, I started to bring up my kids like that, but then divorce and my ex-husband, I took them out of that
Yeah.
because I didn't want them to be around that. I chose a better life for them. It hurt like hell to walk away, but like, no, I'm gonna pick me, and I'm gonna show my kids that you know what, you could be strong.
Mm.
I'm as like my daughter. You could be a strong woman and make it on your own, and make something of yourself. It doesn't matter what age you're at.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you're also teaching your son not to
How to
teach women, not to
disrespect women.
disrespect and treat women the way your husband was treating you.
Mhm. Hopefully they
Yeah.
learn. Hopefully I learn. That's all I could do.
Yeah.
Man, that was really good stuff. But I definitely, I was gonna say, honestly, like this is gonna be another topic.
We need to talk more. I mean, it doesn't need to be
Like,
on camera, but I never knew about the rich dating. I didn't know
You
that.
didn't know
oh,
No, no.
because that's how Fred's niece,
Which one?
I'm not saying her name,
I know.
the one that
Yes.
lived with me
Yes.
later on, that got
Yes.
pregnant, her dad, it was Rich's best friend.
Yes.
Okay, and then you
Okay.
put it all together now
Okay.
because it was sisters
oh,
that
Yes.
married best friend. I mean, not married, dated best friends,
now I'm
That's
starting
right.
to say,
and the other one
Okay.
did not.
Okay.
Do you get it now? Okay.
there's a
Okay.
whole backstory. Yeah.
Well, thanks for that trauma.
Thanks for your trouble.